So that's really awesome, and I earned like at least 4 times as much money as I did as a nurse. And yeah, the coaching industry is booming, so it has a lot more potential.
Entrepreneurship is a wild journey with lots of ups and downs. After 2 years of my own entrepreneurial journey and doing so many things for my business and business growth, none of them brought me the result I was looking for. So I decided to stop everything what I was doing and started building everything from scratch for a solid foundation and started learning how the experts have done it themselves. Follow me on this wild journey with other wildcat entrepreneurs as I learn from the expert and I'm gonna build my first $1 million business. I'm your host Tanvir Rahman and you are watching season 1 of Wildcat Entrepreneurs Podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome to your first episode of Wildcat Entrepreneurs Podcast. So, this is going to be a wild ride with me, and I'm going to share, and our host is going to be sharing with you amazing strategy for you so you can start and launch and grow your business and your entrepreneurship career as well. Right. So, today we have a special guest because for the first episode, I wanted to do something special. All right. So, for this one, like I have been searching for someone who can give you the basic and the most important part for your entrepreneurial journey, and which is gonna be your mindset. All right. So I found someone who was in the nursing industry for 14 years and she was completely burnt out. And for some time, like she struggled, but she flipped the table and now she is a 6 figure or even more, like she's going for her 7 figure coaching business and everything is going amazing for her. So now let me introduce you Regitze Simonsen. Hi Regitze, how are you? I guess like
Hi, how are you?
I said your name correctly, right?
Yeah, you did perfectly. Thank you
Awesome.
so much for taking me on your podcast. I'm
Yeah,
very
you're
excited about
welcome.
it.
Yeah, like thank you for showing up as well. Right. So yeah, like I was introducing you a little bit with the audience, but can you share a little bit of your like nursing journey and how was your journey from being a nurse, working like 90 hours a week, and from working whatever you
Yeah,
like
yeah,
as a business coach and as a business person?
yeah. Yeah, I was working, like you said, I was working as a registered nurse for 15 years, I think. And I was working really long hours. It was like 90 hours per week, and driving to work was 2 hours each way, working 12-hour shift, and I worked night shift. And yeah, so I had very little time at home, and I also didn't get much sleep. I would actually sleep in my car on my way home from work because I would get so tired. So I would stop somewhere and take a nap. I would sometimes sleep more in my car than I did in my own bed.
Oh,
And
that's
then my father, he got ill. He had cancer, and then you just realize that life is finite, and I wanted to get out of that rat race that I was doing, also because I knew
Mhm.
that it wasn't healthy for my own health, and
Yeah,
I also
exactly.
wanted to spend more time with my family. So that's when I started my business. That was around 3 years ago, and I did different business models. I did Amazon for a little bit, and
No.
then I started several Shopify stores. I
Mhm.
still have some of them. And then I went into first it was nutritional coaching, and then I transitioned into business coaching.
Wow.
And yeah, that's where I really found my success was with the business coaching.
Mhm.
So that's where I'm at now. I can finally work from home and work in more normal hours, more like
Mhm.
8 hours a day, and I can work in the daytime, and I can also work when I want to. I don't
Yeah,
have if I want
that's
to
amazing.
take a day off, I can do that. So that's really awesome, and I earned like at least 4 times as much money as I did as a nurse. And yeah, the coaching industry is booming, so it has a lot more potential. I can
Yep.
grow
Yeah,
even
I
further.
agree.
I mean, it's almost like unlimited.
Yeah,
So
that's for sure.
yeah,
So
yeah.
so you mentioned like you had some like Amazon store, like Shopify store. So how was there? Like how was your like journey with Shopify and everything. So can you share a little bit about how
Yeah.
you did things and what is was not working and what is still working? Because you mentioned you do have a few Shopify stores still running.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I started out learning about Amazon, but then you have to get approved by Amazon to become a seller, and
Yeah,
they didn't
exactly.
want to approve my paperwork. And yeah, my mindset wasn't right. Now we're talking about mindset, and because they didn't approve my paperwork, and then I just gave up. So I really didn't get too far with that. And that's actually why I transitioned into starting a Shopify store,
Mm-hmm.
because I couldn't get approved on Amazon because I just gave up. I mean,
Yeah,
if
like
that would
it
happen
happens.
now, I wouldn't give up so easily. Um, because as an entrepreneur, there's always obstacles. You just have to find a way.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
back then, when I was first starting out, I didn't have that mindset. So I started something else, and I started several Shopify stores, and I still have two of the ones that I started from the beginning, but I started
Mm-hmm.
several other ones that weren't a success. But I'm convinced that I could have made it a success as well. It was just because I didn't continue with it, and I didn't put in the time and the
Mm-hmm.
effort into it, because I believe that you can make almost any business model work if you just put enough time and effort into it.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
yeah, but I have 4 Shopify stores now actually.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So like
yeah,
what are you like selling on the store? Like any kind of like
yeah,
nutrition or what kind of product you're selling there?
yeah. Actually, my very first Shopify store, that was pet supplies,
All
and
right.
it's drop shipping. So it's they that customers, they buy it on my store, and then I order it from the supplier, and the supplier sent it directly to the customer. So I
Yes.
actually don't have the inventory or the
Yeah,
products.
like that's something like
Yeah,
I also tried, but I don't know why like it didn't click. And also for Amazon, like I applied and the paperwork is really like crazy. So yeah, like I give up on Amazon
yeah.
as well. So yeah, like that's how my journey for Amazon as well. And for Shopify, like I never tried. I don't know why. Like drop shipping was kind of really like amazing like few years back, but yeah, like I was not on the board. But anyway, so now like nowadays like crypto is like this NFT is really booming, but I don't know
Mm,
how
yeah,
people live with
yeah.
why like, but anyways.
So do you sell on Amazon, or what did you say?
No, like I wanted to sell on Amazon, but for some reason
Okay.
like they never approved my
Oh,
application.
you have the
So
same.
yeah, so I had to
Yeah.
go through the same
Okay.
rejection in my journey as well. But
Yeah.
you were talking about your family, your father. So when you decided, all right, I'm gonna quit my nursing career, I'm gonna pursue this entrepreneurial journey. This is gonna be so many ups and downs. So what was the response from your family and friends? So how was their like reaction?
What? Sorry, what was the question again?
Like the reaction like of your family and friends. So when you said that, all right, I'm gonna quit my nursing job and I'm
Oh,
gonna start my own business from now.
yeah. No, yeah, they didn't believe that I was
Yeah.
actually gonna do it, or they didn't believe in me at first. So yeah, it was a little bit like I'm not gonna, if they're not gonna support me, then I'm just not gonna tell them. So I wasn't talking too much
Hmm.
about what I was doing with them, because it was like they weren't supportive, and then I didn't want to talk about it. So it was quite a lonely journey. I
Hmm.
didn't have too many people to talk with to, but yeah, I quite quickly started to have a team,
Hmm.
and that was actually good, because then I had someone to share with,
Hmm.
and we could yeah, just talk about business together. And so that was great to have a team from the almost from the beginning,
Hmm.
also, so that you're not so alone with everything. And of course they were
Yeah.
helping me with a lot of the work
The
also,
technical
so
stuff and everything,
that's
right?
happy. Yeah, sorry.
Like all the technical thing as well that you are not
Yeah,
expert in,
yeah.
like, yeah.
All right. So
Yeah,
like,
I'm not a
yeah.
technical expert, so they were doing a lot with technical stuff, but also
Mhm.
a lot of social media. And I mean, you can't do everything, and because I also I was doing several things. I was doing too many things actually. So
Yeah.
I started one Shopify store after the next, and I now have four. And I always had several Shopify stores. So um, it's I would actually recommend to just have one,
Yeah, like
but
only one, and then.
because it is a lot of work. But I just couldn't shut it down because they were working. So
Mhm.
I didn't want to shut them down. So
Yeah, like
yeah,
that's true. Like if things working, like don't change anything, just leave it that way, and money will come,
yeah.
right?
But
Yeah,
then
exactly.
you just need more help. That's for
Ah,
sure.
yeah, that's exactly. So how do you
Yeah.
hire new people to your team? Because you mentioned you have a team. So what is that you look into someone like, let's say like I want to join your team, all right? So what are the things that you will see in me before I can join your team? Or someone else, like maybe someone is watching,
Yeah, I think that the skills are not the most important thing. The most important thing is that we get along, and
Mm-hmm.
people are kind of self-starting, or they can make decisions by themselves. Because it's a lot of stress for me if people they ask me about every little thing,
Mm-hmm.
because then it takes time also,
Yeah, exactly. Like,
um, when people ask me about everything. So I let people do a lot by themselves. Of course, I'm there if they have any questions, but I'm okay with them making their own decisions. And
mm-hmm.
if they make mistakes, that's also okay. I mean, I make mistakes too,
Yeah,
so
like
we
anything can
all make
happen.
mistakes. That's a part of it. So I let them not run everything alone, of course, but I tell them what needs to be done, and then
Mm-hmm.
just let them do it their way.
Yeah,
So
like get things done, and I don't know how, but figure out how we can do it, right?
yeah,
Something like
yeah. A
that.
lot of times with the technical stuff, I don't know how. I mean, if
Yeah.
they ask me about something with that, then I just tell them, yeah, just do it the way you think is best,
Yeah.
because they know it better than I do.
Yeah, like that's for sure. Like because we don't know everything what we want to do, but
Yeah,
in this journey, like yeah, like I know that it was long because you mentioned that you was in nursing for 14, 15 years, and before
yeah,
like 3 years, like you started this entrepreneurial journey, right? So like
yeah.
who inspired you to become an entrepreneur? Like who was the person? Like how you met him or her,
Yeah,
or who was it?
yeah, I don't remember exactly, but it
Mm-hmm.
was definitely because I was watching so many YouTube videos.
Oh, yeah, all
And
right.
yeah, I learned actually everything in the beginning. I learned everything from YouTube.
Mhm.
And so it was a great start. But later on, I did get a coach, and that's when I achieved success, because there's a lot you can learn from YouTube, but
Mhm.
to have someone really guide you the right way is the most valuable, and you get results a lot faster.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I use coaching myself also.
Mhm.
I have a coach now also,
Mhm.
and the last year or so I almost had a coach all the time because it helps me grow faster.
Mhm. Yeah,
But in
exactly.
the
Yeah.
beginning, yeah, I was buying a course for Amazon, and then when that didn't work out, then I just started Shopify. I just learned it from watching YouTube videos.
Mhm. Yeah, like
So
video, like
yeah,
yes, they help, but you have to follow the strategy, right? Exactly. So like
yeah.
speaking of
You have to
your
watch out.
coach, yep. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, you have to watch out who you're watching or who you're
Ah,
following,
yes,
because
exactly.
there's also some wrong information, and yeah, it can become a little bit confusing because there's so
Mhm.
much information out there. So
Mhm. Exactly.
um, yeah, it can be easier if you just have a coach telling you the right thing. Or course,
Yeah, like
yeah,
like nowadays, like anyone can be an expert on YouTube and start doing
yeah,
crazy things. So we just have to be careful Yeah, I agree on that as well. So, like you are speaking about your like coach, and so how much money you have spent on your self-development journey and hiring a coach or
Oh,
something?
yeah. Um, my first coach actually, I spent money on some courses too
Mm-hmm.
before my first coach, but the first really one-to-one coach that I had, it was $6,000. So it
Mm-hmm.
was
Wow.
quite a lot. And then I had one for 3,000, and then another one for 5. So what is that? 14,000 or so, plus some courses, some online, some
Mm-hmm.
other just online courses, was one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I think I'd spend at least $20,000
Yeah.
on courses and coaching, and not to mention books and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, audio programs also. But
Yeah,
some of them are
exactly.
free. I still listen to a lot of YouTube. I
Mm-hmm.
still listen to a lot of the big entrepreneurs on YouTube. I think I can still learn from that.
Mm-hmm. So who do you listen to the most? So maybe I can try,
Yeah,
and someone else can also like follow them as well.
yeah. Well, right now I'm listening to a lot of Dan Lok,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's a female coach,
Mm-hmm.
Ingrid Anna,
All right.
and do you know her?
All right.
Um, yeah, and yeah, before also Grant Cardone is a big
Yeah,
name,
like
and
crazy guy, but I do love him, like his 10x movement. I think
yeah,
really
yeah,
really amazing, you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
and Gary Vee,
Yeah, like
and
amazing person, like like he's
yeah,
really inspiring as well.
yeah,
So these are
and
the people you follow, or you follow someone else and more people as well?
yeah. Also, I took course and learned a lot from about mindset from a guy named Stephen James.
Mm-hmm.
His business is called Project Life Mastery.
Mm, all right.
Yeah, and he's really great at mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So I still follow him, and I'm still involved in his course. He has
Wow.
one-on-one, not one-on-one coaching, but he has group coaching once a month. So I'm still in that.
Mm-hmm.
He's really great with mindset.
Yeah, like mindset is everything. So we'll talk about
Yeah,
mindset in a minute, but you
yeah.
don't know that when I was starting, like I enrolled for the download for a download like course, like it was back in like
Oh,
2019. So yeah, like I started my journey
wow.
watching and learning from download as well. So we do have some
Yeah,
kind of similarity here, but
yeah.
yeah, that's something that we need to
Great.
consider,
Yeah.
because I was feeling the same thing like you did, because if I have someone who is guiding me, that the journey is way
Mm,
easier. And yeah, like
yeah.
I do follow like Dan Log, I follow Grant Cardone, Gary Vee. They're all amazing person. And
Yeah.
yeah, I listen to them all the time. So like,
Yeah.
what was your mindset like when what you was in like this nurse, and now like when you said like, no, I'm gonna change my mindset? So what kind of course it was, or what's going on with you and your mind
Yeah.
when you're like coming from one place to another?
Yeah. I mean, at first, my mindset was that I could just start this business and make money
Mhm.
right away.
Uh-huh.
It was like
Yeah.
I was after the quick money, and actually, when I started my business, I quit my job right away also.
No, wow.
But I quickly realized that
Like it was the bad
it
idea,
wasn't
like
that easy. So I
yeah.
had to go back to my job, and then I was still doing my business on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I had this mindset that it was just a quick
It's
money
never
scheme
never
or
comes,
whatever.
like yeah, like it never comes, right?
Yeah,
So
but it takes time.
yep, it really takes time. So how long it took for you so that you completely quit your job? I know like that you mentioned that you quit your job once, but when was the second time
Yeah,
that you said, no, I'm not going for my job anymore?
yeah,
So how long it
yeah,
took you?
yeah. Then it took around 2 years or so, 2.5 years maybe, before
Mm-hmm.
I could really actually earn enough money, and then I could quit my job
Mm-hmm.
for real.
Yeah, like because some of us, like young person like me, think, all right, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna make bunch of money, but it
Yeah.
doesn't work like that, because
Wow.
when you like start your journey and then you say like it's so hard, and then you go back, like your mindset really changes. Like you say, no, like this thing never works, but it does. All you have to do is
Yeah.
like put some time and effort and some things that can really help you out on this journey.
Mm.
So yeah, like that's something that I really had to work on myself, because
Mm.
I thought, all right, I'm just gonna go and I'm just gonna do this and that, and I'm gonna make like millions of dollars. But when I
Yeah.
started, like things didn't click. I
Yeah.
said, like, what the hell I'm doing? Like, I'm not making any
Yeah.
money. Things are not going, like things are going crazy. So like
Yeah.
it's not what I was looking for. But
Mm.
yeah, like so we mentioned that we're going to talking about like the mindset. So can you tell a little bit about or share something in depth about like mindset and how things should be and what needs to be in your mind and some of your journey as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest, the most important thing to become successful is that you are persistent.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be persistent and also be able to pivot, because yeah, I think it's quite normal. I heard it from many people, also successful entrepreneurs, big successful entrepreneurs,
Mm-hmm.
that they try different things like we did. It's
Yeah,
quite
exactly.
normal, but you have to watch out that you don't become a dabbler.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that you just go after you have the shiny object syndrome, that
Mm-hmm.
you're always changing, because at some point you have to stick with it, and
Yeah, like
because otherwise it's never going to
it's
work.
never, yeah, exactly.
It's
It's
okay
never
to
correct.
try different things, because
Mm-hmm.
you try things and you learn. That's
Mm-hmm.
part of the journey. I mean, becoming an entrepreneur, so you have to fail a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like that's true.
Yeah.
That's definitely true.
So try a lot of things, but eventually stick with something,
Mm-hmm.
and otherwise you won't become successful, because if you just change all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I did also. I did
Yeah.
tried a lot of different things, but now when you
Mm-hmm.
stick with something, even when it's hard,
Mm-hmm.
then you succeed, because it takes time. Even though some even successful entrepreneurs, they also said that they just quit, and then they just started,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it's also good to have this pressure on yourself, that you don't have any other way out, than you have to make it
Mm-hmm.
work. I can see that that's also good, but it's I don't think it works for everybody. It didn't work for me. So I think it's good to have a job on the side, also because it gives you some money that you can put into your business, which help you.
Yeah,
It can help you to
exactly.
put
Yes.
money into your business.
Like
Yeah.
without like some resources that, yeah, like there are some tools that you need that
Yeah.
you use for business. But I want to ask you this, all right? So if even say like someone wants to try different things, all right? Like you like Shopify, like Amazon. So how long you
Mm.
suggest that? All right, you try like this for 6 months, like 1 year, and then if you don't make anything out of it, like quit. So how long the time frame for you? So do you think that, all right, you should at least try for 1 year
Mm.
or 6 months? So what's that
Yeah,
for you?
it's hard to answer, but I would
All right.
say there's a saying that goes that you to become successful, you have to learn to fail faster. And
Yeah.
I experienced that with myself also.
Hmm.
I also sometimes try new things. That's actually part of business. You have to test things.
Yeah, exactly.
Test new things doesn't always mean that you're changing your business model, but
Hmm.
also it's like ads. When you're running a paid ads, you have to test everything.
Hmm.
But just keep testing and fail fast. It means when you realize it's not working, then just give it up and do something else, because we can also get attached to something,
Hmm.
like and then we don't want to give it up, even though it's not working. For instance, if we just take paid ads again, I
Yeah,
used
like.
to run paid ads
Hmm.
also in my Shopify stores,
All right.
and sometimes I would just continue to try with some ads that weren't profitable,
Hmm.
and instead of just giving it up and doing a new product, for instance. Sometimes but I guess it takes experience to know when to give it up. You have to give it a certain amount of effort until you know if it's gonna work, but it's also if it's something that you like. Is this something that you really want? You have to know your goals. One of the most important things with mindset is
Yeah,
that you know
exactly.
your goals. What are
Yeah.
your goals in
Yeah, like
life
how
and
I
in
want to be, like
business?
everything, right?
Yeah, what do you want in your life and in your business? So that's that's the first thing you have to get clear on, because it's like if you go traveling somewhere, if you don't know where you want to go, then you're never going to get there. So
Yeah,
you have to
exactly.
know your destination.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like that's exactly true because if we're just like moving from one place to another, like nothing's gonna come from it anyway. So yeah, like
yeah.
so like speaking of like running ads, so do you run ads right now, or like every traffic like you get is like organic? So how do you do it right now?
No, no, I do only organic traffic now.
Mm-hmm.
On my Shopify stores, I do SEO,
Mm-hmm.
search engine optimization. I have someone doing for me. And on my coaching business, I do organic traffic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just making content.
Mm-hmm.
I make a lot of videos,
All right.
and I also write some posts, some written posts, and share them on all the social
Mm-hmm.
media. And I also have an appointment setter. So all organic traffic until
Mm,
now.
that's
Yeah.
really amazing because like if everything is set up, so like you're mentioning about like all the social media platforms. So how many social media platforms you are in right now, and how do you manage everything?
Yeah, I think I'm in 8. I'm on Facebook, Instagram,
Oh, wow.
Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Are you in TikTok as well, or not? Not in TikTok anymore.
TikTok, yeah,
Wow.
yeah, I'm there too.
All right.
Yeah.
So like so from all these 8 social media platforms, like which one do you think is the most profitable for today, like for in upcoming 6 months or so? Which one do you think is gonna be the most profitable for anyone?
It depends on your niche.
Mm-hmm.
For business coaching or for coaching altogether, I think it's probably Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Because Facebook has groups, and there, through using the groups, you
Mm-hmm.
can better target people that are interested in what you're selling
Mm-hmm.
without paid ads. But you post in those groups where people are interested. For instance, I'm a business coach, so
Mm-hmm.
I post in groups with entrepreneurs and other coaches too,
Mm-hmm.
because I help other coaches also.
Yep, exactly.
So that way you can target the right people.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little more difficult with, for instance, Instagram. You can
Mm-hmm.
also do it pretty good on LinkedIn, and LinkedIn is great if you are targeting other businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And Facebook is more for private people, but businesses are also on Facebook, since Facebook is the biggest social
Yeah,
media platform.
like the platform for anyone right now. All right.
Yeah.
So like speaking of like all these social media platforms, so how many people is running your social media? Like 2 of them, or how many, like or only one of them is managing your all the social media
How
platforms?
many is managing them? Or
Or like yeah, like how many people like from your team is managing them?
oh, it's actually I have one. He's doing my YouTube
Mm-hmm.
videos, SEO on YouTube. Otherwise, I'm managing it myself,
Wow.
the social media. But but the thing is that I make these videos and I share the same
Mm-hmm.
video on all the platforms.
All right.
So I don't make special
Mm-hmm.
content for each platform.
All right. Yeah,
It may be better to make different content for every platform, but you
mm-hmm.
can use the same, and you can cut it up and take little pieces and post on the different platforms. But videos you can use almost everywhere. So I just share the same videos. I actually follow someone, the world's best digital marketer
Mm-hmm.
called Neil Patel.
Oh
I don't know
yeah,
if
like
you
I
know
know,
him.
yeah, like he's really
Yeah,
amazing guy about
he's
marketing and everything. Yes.
amazing. Yeah, and he says that we should go omni-channel. So, and he recommends the same thing. Just use the same content and share it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to spend too much time on making content.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
how often you share content on social media? Like, is it like once a day, or how is your schedule looks like for it?
it's around 3 times a week or
Uh-huh.
so. Yeah, I
And
used to do.
when you're running a promotion or something, so how often you post then?
Yeah, then it would be daily.
Yeah, like
Actually,
that you need
yeah, I
more
actually have a
engagement.
promotion right. Sorry?
Like yeah, like you need more engagement right now, right? Like when
Yeah,
you're running.
yeah,
Mhm. So like you're speaking
yeah.
about like some kind of promotion running right now. So can you speak a little bit about it as well?
Oh, yeah, that's just because it's almost Black Friday now. So I'm
Yes.
actually running a promotion with a 75% off on my
Hmm.
coaching program.
Awesome. So yeah, like just share me the link so I can deliver it to the audience as well. And also like I
Yeah,
would love to learn
thanks.
more about the strategy. What do you think about when it comes to grow your business? Do you think it's gonna be the mindset or the strategy? Like which one do you think is more important in the journey when
I
you're
think
starting out?
it's definitely the mindset the whole way through. You have to get the mindset right. Actually, a lot of people say that mindset is 80% of your success. And it
Yeah.
comes down to that you have to be persistent
Hmm.
because even when things are hard. And that is the mindset. You have to continue trying and yeah, I just listened to Elon Musk, you
Yeah,
know,
like really
the founder
amazing
of
guy.
Tesla.
Yes, yeah. Like, and
Yeah,
he bought like Twitter for $44 billion. Like, crazy
yeah,
guy. Yeah.
he said that starting a business is like chewing glass and water and looking into the abyss, so the black, looking into black, and
Mm,
someone else. So it's very painful. That's what he means with that. It's
yeah,
very
like I get it.
painful, and you have to be able to endure a lot of pain.
Hmm.
And another famous entrepreneur called Dan Pena,
Yeah, like
he
amazing guy. Like
says,
I know
yeah,
like 10 penny as well.
he's also called the 50. I think he's called the
50
50 billion
50,
dollar.
yeah, $50 billion
Yeah,
man. Yeah, so
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And he says that the most important trait of an entrepreneur is to be able to endure pain for a long time.
Yeah, like
Well,
as long as you can
it
do it,
doesn't
like yeah.
sound too optimistic.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
sure, some people can get achieve success faster,
Hmm.
but I just think it's good to have this in mind that it's not always coming easy. And if you don't have the expectation that it's easy, then you will be more resilient.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that that's what changed it for me, because in the beginning I just thought it was so easy, and therefore when things didn't work out for me, then I just gave up.
Hmm.
But if you know that it's going to be hard, and then you're going to be a lot more persistent, and
Hmm.
you're not going to have these unrealistic expectations. So
Yeah,
it's all about mindset again, and
exactly.
that is really the most important thing.
Yeah, that's why I truly agree with you. And I'm not gonna like spend so much time. So I only have one question for you. So what are
Okay.
the tools that softwares or things that you use for your business? So because like I know like you're not in this tech thing, but what are the softwares and tools you use? Because sometimes that we need some tools that we think, oh, this is not important, but yes, it becomes important
Mm,
in the long run. So can you share a little
yeah.
bit about them?
Yeah, I think the tool we use the most is probably Google, and because Google has a lot of apps.
Hmm.
For instance, the Google Docs is are
Yep.
great, and yeah, then I use Skype a lot. I
Hmm.
communicate with my team on Skype, um, and well, then Zoom now, and I know it's free, but I use Zoom a lot also to have calls with you and also
Yeah.
with my customers. It's all on Zoom and my clients. So those are some of the main ones that I use.
Yeah, on daily basis, right? Maybe like your team, they work on like some other crazy softwares, but maybe you don't know about them. So yeah, like I think that they do, you know, for SEO and some other stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah, I know there's one called SEMrush, and then there's of course Neil Patel's Übersuggest and Google Analytics. Analytics, that's also Google software. Google has so much great
Yeah, like
software.
some of the really amazing software that is free by Google that we never use, like you mentioned, like Google Analytics, like Google Trends. So these are some of the tools that most entrepreneurs that they never use for their business to look at the numbers and statistics. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty important, especially for when you have a product store, when you have when you sell products. Then
yeah,
it's pretty important.
that's for sure as well. All right, so for products and something else, like I will definitely come back to you maybe in future, but I don't want to spend any more time with you, Regitze. So yeah, thanks
That's
for
great.
joining with me and sharing this lots of golden nuggets. So maybe some of our audience, they will definitely find some information that they can use either to grow their mindset as a business or their entrepreneurial journey, right? And also, I'm gonna link everything on the description so you guys can check out Regitze and maybe follow her and join her group so you can learn from her one-on-one and follow
Thank
this
you so
journey with
much.
me as well.
Thank you so much for having me on your show. I wish
All
you a
right.
lot of luck and
Yeah.
success.
Yeah, thank you, Regitze, and maybe we'll see talk tomorrow. Like
Yeah,
talk
we'll talk
soon
again.
and future. Okay, bye bye.